Yo, let's just get right into it.
Yeah, so we're back. Nobody wants to be on our podcast anymore, so we decided to go solo. But we tried it last time.
No, that's not why we decided to go solo. We decided to go solo. Why you gotta make us sound like we were freaking failing at life, man?
Dude, we're failing.
We're not failing.
Our views have only gone up by like 133%.
It's okay. We don't define ourselves through our views.
What's that quote? You don't define success by your something, but just
by
how
your
fast you
YouTube
go.
views?
Something like that. You know the Sylvester Stallone quote from Rocky? It doesn't matter something matters how hard you can get hit.
Doesn't matter how hard you hit. It matters how hard you can get hit and get back up.
Yeah, that's like on every single motivational video. That is the quote.
Yeah, I know.
Like Sylvester Stallone has such a good like voice, and like you just played over dramatic like drum music, like dun, 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 and then you have his quote in the back. Like it's like the staple motivational video.
Well, that's so. There you go. We're just getting hit right now.
Yeah, we're gonna come back.
We're gonna get back up.
Yep.
Yo, if you these people don't watch our last video, man. It was really good.
For them, it's 2 videos ago because we have the video.
That's true. It's like 3 videos ago. 3 videos ago.
Oh my god! Wait, 3.
Yeah.
Who did we record that?
Guys,
seriously. You're right.
Yo, but let's just get into it, man.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, go.
No, I was gonna say that I have a new.
Actually.
It's literally just silence. You can just edit it out. But yeah.
All right, let's get into it. Okay, here. Let me.
No, I was just gonna say a tiny tidbit. I have a new saying. So there's a lot of words nowadays that's considered like a bad word that's insulting to many people, right? So you can't say those anymore as curse words. But the problem is curse words are very satisfying to say. So instead, my new curse word is aneurysm. Like that gave me an aneurysm. I don't think that's ableist or like it hurts anyone. I know, but you know, like it's just satisfying to say like that was so dumb. You can just say it gave me an aneurysm. It's just so satisfying.
Dude, but we already decided that the word for that was.
No, I'm taking away
Neanderthalic.
No, aneurysm is better. Like I was playing video games. I won't say which one, but somebody was so dumb. Instead of insulting them, I just say that you gave me an. Does
it rhyme with
Peeg of Pigeons?
Peeg of Pigeons.
Yeah, it rhymes with Peeg of Pigeons.
Okay.
But like, yeah. So
I still don't know which game you're talking about. But yeah.
I don't know. It's a game made by a company that's like really, really dumb.
Oh, okay.
You might say that they cause a lot of street riots.
Anyways, let's get into it.
Alright, so basically, on this week's news, we have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We have some I know what we want to talk about, but let's slowly get into that. Let's first talk.
No. Let's just get into it.
Okay, so basically.
All right. Look. Here. Wait.
There's this famous TikToker named Charlie D'Amelio.
No, not that. Not yet.
Oh. What?
Let's talk about that later.
Okay. Actually, it's been something pent up. He saw this like a week ago and he messaged me and said like, dude, we're talking about this next week.
Okay. So all right. So you heard about that girl that got she got kicked off the plane and everybody on the plane got removed with her, and she was like, oh, this guy was harassing me, and she was like, oh, they just listen to that one white guy. I don't buy it.
You know, the thing is, this never hit mainstream news. I never heard of it until you told me. Where did you hear of it from?
Well, it didn't have mainstream news, but it hit a lot of our.
Where did you hear it from?
Just Instagram, Facebook. It was all around, and I don't buy it. I think.
No. I think it's important we first identify that. So you go from.
So first of all, for those of you who don't know who this is, it's important to know who the girl was, because I think a lot of people have not been talking about who the girl is, and that's a really important part of this. You can't talk about this person without talking about who she is. This is not some random person. Am I in frame, by the way?
Yeah.
This is not some random person. You know who this is?
Who?
Do you know who the girl was?
Some influencer? Activist?
You ever heard of Muslim Girl?
No.
Okay, Muslim Girl.
I'm not really well versed in like the Muslim social media circle.
Okay, so Muslim Girl is an account on Instagram, and I guess like a blog, and her brother. So Muslim Girl is run by her. So she is essentially the face of Muslim Girl.
She's a Muslim girl, yeah.
her brother ran the account. Runs the account Muslim.
Like an account named Muslim.
Yeah, it's just the tag Muslim.
Is there an account named Jesus?
Probably Jesus.
Like just Jesus.
Yeah, but it's probably like Jesus, but it's like Jesus. It's probably spelled Jesus, but it's like Jesus. All right. Well, anyways, I don't know.
You can have Instagram accounts of proper nouns. Is there an account called United States of America?
Maybe. But listen. Let's get back to this.
I have so many questions. Okay.
But okay, so she is a blogger, and also she ran for some. I gotta look this up right now. Hold on. She ran for office like last year.
How old is she? I thought she's in my mind,
she went to Rutgers.
This Rutgers? Our Rutgers?
Yes.
Dude, we're famous. What the heck? Like, you don't realize it because we're in it, but Rutgers is a huge Muslim social setting. A huge, my God. Dude, my eyesight is so bad. I can't see that at all. Zoom in. Yeah, so her name is, you want to say that? Because I'm going to kill the pronunciation.
Amani Al-Khatatbeh.
Okay. Dude, she has her own Wikipedia page.
And career, Muslim girl, literary career. She released a thing. Politics, here we go, politics.
On April 4, 2020.
April 4, 2020, Al-Khatatbeh announced...
Zoom in.
On April 4, I can't really...
Zoom in. Yeah, there.
Right there.
April 4, 2020,
Al-Khatatbeh
announced her candidacy in the race to represent New Jersey's 6th congressional district, becoming the first Muslim woman in New Jersey to run for federal office. In the Democratic primary election, her opponents are the 15-term incumbent Frank Pallone. Wait, that's our district. Like ours, right here.
It was. She's like from here.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Controversies.
Well, okay, so let's actually hold on. Let's get to that in a second. So let's just go over let's just review what we've just learned. Mm-hmm. She is a very well-known blogger, at least within our circles, and she ran for office. Mm-hmm. Here's something else to know about her. This isn't the first time something like this has happened to her, nor is it the second time. And by something like this, okay, I need to clarify what I mean by something like this. Yeah. Something like this is just her being in some situation where she posts on social media about being harassed by such and such. Okay? I'm not going to comment on the other times, whatever, but just know that this is not the first time, it's not the second time, this is the third time.
Relevant. What are the other times? How often has this happened?
I'm forgetting. Well, basically, one time she went to I'll get to it. Okay, actually, no. Let me just say this.
That could be misleading. How often has this happened?
Actually, also, I had something written in my notes, which I'm going to pull up right now.
I have never used my notes app on my phone at all. Yeah.
Okay, so what happened one time was she went to a Trump rally.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, this is what a friend told me. She went to a Trump rally and she got kicked out. And she basically posted all over the place that she got kicked out of the Trump rally. Or that she was getting kicked out of the Trump rally. Okay. Now, she is who she is, very anti-Republican, anti-Trump.
Yeah.
She goes to a Trump rally looking for trouble.
Yeah.
And she gets the trouble she wants. And she gets kicked out. And she makes a big ruckus about it on social media. Whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm just laying out a bunch of things here, and hopefully, if you're listening, you can kind of find a pattern.
Yeah, we're not going to force you guys to believe anything. We're just going to lead the breadcrumbs.
So perhaps you're making conclusions in your own head about what kind of presence this person has and wants. Yeah. Okay, here's what happened recently. She got kicked off of a flight. She was told, she was recording the whole time. She's told that she has to get off the flight, and she tells the camera, she tells everyone watching that she got kicked off because some white guy in first class wanted her off the plane. And what happens is they're like, if you're not going to get off the plane, we're going to have to get everyone off the plane. And she's like, well, why don't you just get him off the plane? And then they're like, we're going to ask you again, get off the plane. And she's like, no. And then they're like, okay, well, then we got to get everyone off the plane. Now here, before, what's up?
No, I was just going to say, how did we get, at least from what I heard, I think some stuff happened before they got on the plane. Like, he didn't just randomly start on the plane. And I don't know if we want to bring up a news article.
Yeah, let's
because, we don't want to be wrong here in an age of fake news, so we want to cite our sources. So Arshad's going to pull it up, and we'll check out the news source and read it from there. Yeah, let's pull up a respectable, non-partisan, whatever.
No, let's just even find the partisan ones.
Zoom in. I literally can't see anything, bro. Zoom in. No, 2 fingers and go like this.
Yeah, hang on.
I don't even know if this is reliable, so let's not use this one. Anything that's paywalled, F yourself. Okay, so this is Independent. Again, we'll read multiple news articles to see how it goes. But yeah, zoom in, bro. Zoom in. Okay, now. So Muslim woman was reportedly removed from American Airlines. American Airlines has a lot of incidents, so like, again, that's another thing. But yeah, after a white male passenger said he didn't feel comfortable with her being on a plane. The woman's name, who I still can't pronounce.
Amani Al-Khatatbe.
Okay, founder of the Muslim Girl website and the first Muslim woman to run for Congress in New Jersey, was due to fly from Newark to Charlotte, North Carolina. Wow, where have you heard that name before? She alleges that a man cut...
What are you talking about?
Isn't that where the white supremacist protests were held?
No, you're thinking of Charlottesville, I think.
Close enough. That's Charlotte, but yeah. Okay, she alleges that a man cut in front of her in the security queue and that she challenged his behavior. I had the craziest experience in TSA this morning, she tweeted. Can you pull up that tweet? You want to make sure that that's actually what she tweeted? That is indeed what she tweeted. There's a lot of stuff here. Also, Arshad, shame on you for using light mode in Twitter, but anyway.
Come on, dude.
Okay, so let's just read her tweet, because that's the front headings, right? So yeah, go top. Top.
No, it's not from the top. Okay, yeah.
I had the craziest experience in TSA this morning. This is from her point of view. An entitled white man behind me insisted on cutting me in the line because I was still, quote, taking my shoes off. When I said he could wait like everyone else, he started going off about how he's pre-check in first class. He then proceeded to not only shove his things before mine, but then run through the machine, and TSA did nothing. Not only did they not do anything, a TSA officer had the audacity to tell me to cut it out.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Let me cut you off, then you can continue. She said, when I said he could wait like everyone else, she used a couple words to describe what she's describing that as like a really simple thing. She's describing that as, this guy did such and such. I told him he could wait like everyone else.
Yeah.
Do you think... Just before we move into the rest, do you think she was like, oh wait, sir? You think she was like, sir, please wait? Or do you think she was like,
for the sake of the argument here, I'm gonna be more on
okay,
her side.
All right,
yeah,
fair enough.
But yeah, like as someone who's had who's like, what's the word for it? Like you do this all the time, like it's in your blood. What's the word for it? Pathological troublemaker.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
No. And for someone who's been in the situation before, like I know you're supposed to approach every situation independently, right? But like as kids, we all heard the boy who cried wolf story for a reason, right? Like the amount of after a couple times, it starts getting hella suspicious, right?
Yeah.
But so let's go with that, right? So let's give her the benefit. Scroll down. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. The man cut in front of her, right, and skipped apparently the entire TSA check line, which I'm not gonna lie, is kind of sketch. And even if he did do that, I'm sure there's a reason.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not absolving him of any fault.
Yeah. So, okay, she then continues, y'all know if I, a veiled Muslim woman, had the audacity to throw a temper tantrum and run through TSA security, I would have gotten bodied. I would have been detained, missed my flight, possibly gotten charged, etc. We need to resurrect the @MuslimGirl hashtag, are you going to believe this? Shit TSA says column. Guys, he made a complaint about me and American Air is attempting to remove me from the flight. This is the American Air manager coming aboard to tell me that they're removing me from my flight because there's a passenger on board who doesn't feel comfortable with me. So,
yep. Okay. Now, real quick, let's
go from the beginning. Hold the mic closer.
I need to be given a reason why the reason you're being removed was because of this is
Sorry, put the mic closer.
and I'm not here. I need to be given a reason why I'm being removed.
The reason why you're being removed was because of, and this is again, I wasn't there, and I'm not here. I'm just following instructions. So you know, I'm being recorded.
But so you're saying that you weren't there, so why are you taking one person's word over mine?
The captain asked me as a manager for me to remove you the aircraft because there's a passenger on board who doesn't feel comfortable with you being here.
I do not feel comfortable with that passenger being here. I would like that passenger removed.
So then we can also discuss that outside, and I can.
Okay, I want that passenger removed from the flight as well. Or is it because he's first class and he's not being removed?
No, it's not. Listen,
If I'm being removed.
Okay, so that's where the video ends, and then they didn't catch the audio, whatever. It basically said that the guy, I feel bad for that guy, but like that guy's basically like, dude, the captain told me I gotta kick you off, and she's basically saying, why are you listening? Why are you kicking me off? And the guy's like, yeah, the captain told me because this other dude doesn't feel comfortable with you here. She brings up a valid point. Why is she getting kicked off?
Yeah.
Right. So let's go back to the article to now hear the other point of view. So from the picture we have right now, all that we know is that someone cut her in line, skipped the entire TSA check line, and now she's getting removed. That's all we know. Okay? So the article continues, it is unclear what happened between the pair between security and boarding the flight, but once in the cabin, God damn it.
Al-Khatat Bay
was asked to leave. Video shared on social media shows someone from airport security telling her she's being removed from the flight because the passenger doesn't feel comfortable with her being on the aircraft. And this is the tweet we already saw. Go down. Down. I do not feel comfortable with that passenger being here. Ms. Al-Khatat responds, I would like that passenger removed. Down. She adds, or is it because he's first class that's the reason he's not being removed, and questions why the man's words being believed over her own. Okay, now here. So now this is another thing. We can open his tweet. This guy's right there. So now apparently another passenger called Jake. Okay.
Yeah. So okay. I think we've got basically like the bare bones story.
From her point.
Yeah, so from her point.
So let's just comment about this based on her point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, from her point.
Actually, hang on. We didn't get through the bare bones story because. Okay. This led to a verbal altercation that continues. Wait. Oh no. Okay. Basically, like everyone got removed off the plane.
Yeah. That's what this guy was about to tweet. Another passenger tweeted, had to get off my flight because a man asked a Muslim woman to get off the plane. Yeah.
Okay. So now. Here, let's just make some comments about this. Now, before I make any comments about this situation, we have to ask ourselves if someone is so prone to being outraged about everything and to throwing tantrums, or if someone throws so many tantrums, is it possible that instead of people pushing her to the point of tantrums every single time, of justifiable tantrums.
Yeah, so...
Alright, we're good. Okay, so what I was saying was... Okay, so she's someone who throws a lot of tantrums.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you might think that, she's throwing a lot of tantrums, which means people are pushing her to the edge constantly, and people are pushing her to the point of a tantrum. Is it possible that she is someone who is prone to tantrums? And is it also possible that she's someone who wants to have tantrums? I mean, like, a politician, someone who is a politician and a blogger, wanting for this to happen is something I would expect from her.
Yeah, no, I think another...
Like, she benefits from all of this. She benefits massively from all of this. This is
the thing, right? When you have a political platform or a brand or like a personality that's not based on anything you do, but rather on your identity, like as a Muslim girl, right? That's basically your definition of who you are, right? It's not your characteristics. It's just that you are a Muslim girl. If you were I don't know, like a Jewish man or something, no one would have cared, right?
Yeah, and that's also why, in all of her tweets. Now, I'm not saying there's no such thing as racial profiling, but if every single thing that you talk about is, I had this interaction with this person and they were this race and I'm this race, or they look like this and I look like this,
Yeah.
then like you're just trying to weaponize.
Which is a shame because there are. So I read the article before we came. And I was gonna highlight something. It's like you can see that at the end of the article. Scroll down. It says the National Executive Director of the Council of American Islamic Relations, Khair Nihad Awad, said in a statement the airline must immediately explain why it singled out Amani by contacting the police and ejected from flight based on the word of a man who had allegedly harassed her. Right. So. This isn't the article I read. Because a different article I read said something like they didn't immediately like volunteer to like fight in court or anything. They just demanded an explanation first. Because I think that's an important thing here. From her, if her point of view is a correct point of view, right? Then basically, it's in no argument that the airline is at fault here, right? But rarely, if ever, is it that point of view of the person.
Dude, yeah, and that's an important thing that you mentioned. Perhaps we can't draw conclusions about who's right or wrong. Perhaps, right? But nobody like has even talked about the guy's perspective at all. Nobody. Yeah. But here, let me ask you this, and to all our viewers: do you think? Answer honestly. Ask yourself this question honestly. Do you think that when all of this happened, do you think she was happy or upset? Do you think when she was asked to get removed off the phone or off the plane and she had her phone in her hand and she was recording, do you think she was happy or upset about what transpired? Do you think when everyone was asked to get off the plane, do you think she was happy or upset? Do you think when all of this outrage was caused, do you think she was happy or upset? I guess that one is like maybe if something bad happens to you, you'd want the outrage. But do you think that all of these things that happened to her that day, do you think she considered them bad things for her?
I think I don't know. I want to approach this carefully because even if she does have a track record of being.
No, I'm not even talking about her track record. Think about who she is. That's
the whole point, right? Who she is. It depends on her track record. If
her track record and her
branding, I guess. Yeah. Whatever, yeah. But, if this was some, like, Joe Schmo from, like, the middle of the street, no one would give a damn. They're like, why are you harassing this dude? But, again, we're making the conclusions here based on her track record, which isn't the hottest, right? But, I don't know. I feel like it didn't hit mainstream news. It did.
What is this? This is independent. This is
independent. This isn't that. Look, go back to Google search. See if you can get some better articles. But because I never heard about this until Aisha mentioned it, and like, if it was really normally whenever you see like
NBC News.
Go to NBC. Yeah, go to NBC. No, but like normally.
Insider.com.
No, click on them, man. Normally when you hear these type of things, right? Like the news is up in arms for it, right? You usually hear these all the time. Like I remember there's a span of several months where all the airlines did something. You remember, like Delta Airlines kicked up this person. Someone kicked up.
Where they beat up the Asian guy.
Yeah, and dragged him off the flight. Yeah.
Well, so here's what I'm trying to say is she benefited from this. Like she definitely benefited from all of this, and she was very I asked the questions before as like rhetorical. They weren't so rhetorical. You were meant to answer them, and maybe you've made the same conclusion as me, which is that she benefited and she was happy that everything happened the way it did, because she right now is just like, I got so much exposure. And her whole shtick as a politician, as a blogger, is she brands herself as the face of oppressed Muslims. And so this was like...
Is that what Muslim Girl is? Because, again, I don't know.
I mean, in my opinion, just from my analysis of it, I think it's pretty clear to everyone. I think even as a politician, like, that was, like, her thing. It's like she's an oppressed Muslim woman.
Yeah, no, that's why it's a shame. Like, nowadays, like, you don't see people getting elected or getting selected for anything based on merits. It's more of their identity, right? Like, we talked about this in a previous podcast, but, like, the irony like that Kamala Harris gets picked vice president,
Yeah.
even though there was such huge political disagreements between her and Joe Biden in the beginning.
Yeah.
But she was selected. Why? Because she's a black woman.
She's black woman.
Yeah, right. So like,
So it's identity politics.
Yeah.
And that's what this girl, like she's aware that that's her game and she plays it.
mhm.
And we are all like sharing this, or people are sharing this on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. This is the game that she's trying to play, and everybody is just a pawn in her freaking game. I made that sound extra dramatic. Basically, but everyone is just like contributing to that, and they don't understand that like they're getting played. I think that she weaponizes our faith. I think she uses it for her own benefit.
There's a strong statement, but it makes sense a bit. Yeah.
But I stand by it. I think she weaponizes our faith. Now, she's also been in, I don't know if you know, but she's been in a lot of heat recently, or her and her brother have both been in a lot of heat recently from the Muslim community because they are more, were accused of being more liberal leaning, which I agree to be true. I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but I think that might contribute to this. I think that's just part of the conversation.
No, yes. That then it becomes like, what is your purpose? Is your purpose of putting your faith on display on social media because you want to be like, hey, here, this is who I am, or are you doing it to gain attention?
Yeah.
And you're just going whichever way gives you the more likes.
And I can't look. I can't judge her intentions, but what I can do is say that she has a track record. She clearly has some ulterior motives whenever something like this goes out, because it happens a little bit too often for it to just be happening, right? And because of that, whether or not she's right, we as people, especially as Muslims within our community, within just Muslims that live in America, we can't let this happen to us. Like, we can't let someone who's just outraged about everything
Represents us.
we can't fall into their game of just like, look how oppressed we all are. I'm not saying that Muslims don't go through struggles, but we can't let someone like use that, what's it called? We can't let someone like strike that nerve on us and instantly like win us over. We can't.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's what's happened.
You know, there's like a lot of things out there like that's based in your mindset. If you're always in the mindset of being oppressed, then like you're never gonna get anything done. You're always gonna be like, oh, I have this chip on my shoulder. Oh, the world is against me. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But like you're gonna just feel like a down person.
Yeah.
And like that's basically what's happening here. Like you always feel like, even if someone, maybe there are times where people are intentionally trying to be oppressive, but there's sometimes where it's just like a misunderstanding or something, and you immediately just assume, oh yeah, that guy's racist.
Yes. Yes.
That doesn't help anyone. Like I want to tie this back to a couple of episodes ago for our viewers, for like the 7-Eleven incident. Like that lady was just like, I still think to this day, like that lady was trying to insinuate that we were Trump supporters or something, but she was like, I really think so, man.
I don't think so.
No, but like, yeah, she's immediately like like.
But basically, you're saying that since we got into a fight with a black lady, that it was assumed by some people
outsiders
in that store
that
and actually this happened. I told a couple people the story, and some people who particularly are like, I would say, more left leaning were like, wow, you guys sound like real jerks. And I think that's just because she was a black lady.
They said we were jerks?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like a couple friends. Now, I'm not saying we didn't do anything wrong, but...
I feel like we did not do anything wrong until she started escalating it.
Yeah, but... anyways, the point you're making is that...
People just automatically assume a lot of stuff nowadays. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And if we look at her tweets... I want to point something out. This is something I observed.
I had the craziest experience in TSA this morning. An entitled white man, immediately off the bat, entitled white man. She could have said an entitled man, entitled whatever. Immediately makes this a racial issue.
I remember when I was a kid, I saw this skit on YouTube long time ago. So long. I don't even know if that video exists anymore. It's about this. It was like right wing comedy, right? It's about this guy. And like I really wish the YouTube video was out there still. I'm not sure. I remember where I saw it, but I saw it randomly. It's about this guy who's like, yeah, all these kids are in a classroom, right? So you have a normal white dude, you have an Indian dude, you have a girl, and you have like this like mentally challenged Asian dude or something, right?
Yeah.
So they're grading their tests. So they grade the tests, and what happens is the white guy gets the highest grade. I don't even remember if it was a white guy, probably just a normal, probably like an Indian guy or a brown guy or something, but like a guy gets the highest grade, and then everyone else gets crappy marks, right? But that was considered like the first round of marks.
You just said marks, bro. Grades. We
God
live in
damn.
America.
First
We're born and raised
first
here.
round of grading, whatever, right? Then after that, they added points like, 5 points because you're a woman, 5 points because you're brown, 5 points because you're Asian, 5 points because you're mentally challenged. And at the end of the day, what ended up happening was the guy who got the full grade in the first round ended up getting the lowest grade because he was this normal, straight, white dude.
Yeah.
Who didn't have any chips on his shoulder and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how people are gonna do this in the future, but like, unless you come from some sort of oppressed background, unless you have some sort of like imaginary chip on your shoulder, no one's gonna respect you.
Yeah,
Like,
you just have no holding.
yeah, who cares? But
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess there are still people that respect you, but within like, again, I keep saying this, within like our circles, no one's gonna respect you if you don't have some sort of chip on your shoulder. I guess like there are places in the world and in America, there's a lot of places where people are just straight up racist and will respect you more if you are a white person. That does exist and that does happen. But I think you're right. For the most part, it's like...
I remember it's like a somewhat funny story. It's a clip of a larger story what we did. But basically, one time for one of my projects in class, we had to go to like the highest points on all the campuses in Rutgers. So we needed to sneak into a hotel building, and we were like, there was a receptionist there, right? And we were like, God damn it, how are we gonna sneak past?
Yeah.
So I went in or something, right? And then the guy was like, oh, what's up? And I'm like, oh, my bad, wrong building. And then I left. And then I was like, okay, let's send our white friend in the front and just have like a pack of dudes behind him, but put the white guy in front and let him go talk to the receptionist.
Uh-huh.
And it worked beautifully. So we're just like, oh, okay, we'll just go walk past here. And then like, it's just like, as much as you hate to deny it, you know it's prevalent in society.
It's prevalent. Yeah. But sometimes I wonder if it's like, okay, like for example, is there a distinction between racism and just being more prone to like, or being more friendly towards people that are like you? So for example, Desi people, when they see other Desi people, you know, whatever, they'll automatically have rapport with them because they're both Desi.
Yeah.
So maybe white people, when they see other white people, they automatically have rapport with them because they're both white. Yeah. So now that's an interesting question, which is that, is it racism against other races, or is it just that they have rapport with their fellow?
You know what caused this problem? Globalization. It's because the world is so connected. Everyone's intermingling.
Everyone go back to your freaking homes.
I have a theory. It's one of my crudest theories, but I still believe it will be true. The only way to fix all problems in the world is if you go back to tribalism. Like, straight up, everyone has a small family, then a bigger family, which is connected through leaders, and then you go up and up and up. That's the only way it's going to work. Nobody had these problems with racism in the tribe because you guys were all from the same tribe. And the only thing you didn't care about were other tribes.
Yeah, but they got killed by bears and stuff.
Yeah, but now we won't do that anymore because we're technologically advanced. But we just need to go back to tribalism, bro. Okay. That is the wave.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yo, what else was I going to say?
So going off of entitled people on the internet, there's another... Dude,
Wait. Let's stay on this real quick. We mentioned this a little earlier. Nobody asked for the side of the guy. And nobody also asked, so everyone took her word for this. Now, here's something else. When she recorded herself on the plane, first of all, let me say this. When they told her get off the plane, or everyone has to get off the plane, she said no. And then the guy, she was like, "Can you get the guy off the plane?" And they were like, "No." And then she was like, and then they were like, "All right, we're getting everyone off the plane." And she holds a camera up so everyone can see, and she's like yelling. By the way, the whole time she's yelling, because the whole time
This video or a different video?
I think it was a different video, but the whole time from the second anything starts happening, she takes out her phone and she's yelling because she wants people to hear what's going on, is what I presume.
Yeah.
Anyways, she puts up her phone and she's like, it's front facing and everyone's looking, and she's like they're kicking everyone off a plane because of a white man telling me to get off. Technically, everyone wouldn't have gotten kicked off the plane if she agreed to kick off the plane and not sacrifice everyone's flight. So I think that's something to mention. Is
If it's for the greater good, she's fighting an honorable battle.
I think you can make a case for what she did anyways,
Yeah.
like if she is fighting for what's right, but then it's still like, if she was gonna get kicked off the plane anyways with the rest of the flight, then she technically could have saved the rest of the flight from getting kicked off the plane. But she held up her phone, she started yelling, and so everyone on the flight was like, "Oh, we're all getting kicked off the flight because of some white guy that asked her to leave."
Yeah.
And that's what the other guy tweeted. Now, she had everyone on the flight kind of like on her side, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And American Airlines, I don't know if they released anything. I don't think this got mainstream enough to the point where they like felt like they needed to release something. And I think that was,
Yeah, I don't know Twitter stats, but I only see like 1,000 hearts.
Yeah.
On likes on this video.
I kind of like touched upon this earlier, but she said when I said he could wait like everyone else.
Wait, check the replies on that.
She's definitely not saying that so nice. And I'm not saying she's gotta like talk nice to this white guy so that she can earn some respect. But all I'm saying is she's acting real innocent. She's acting real innocent. But I think you know just from reading that like when like two of your friends get in a fight and one of them is like, "Yo, all I said was this and that," and they got mad. And then you go to the other friend,
Yeah.
and they're like, "What?" Like, first of all, that's not how they said it.
Yeah.
Like the tone of voice they said it, and it was this and that. This isn't from what I take, or what I take from this is like, this wasn't just some guy that was cutting some girl, and that was the end of it. Like, there was some aggravation here between the two of them.
Yeah.
Right. There was something else that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, but we have to. Any comments on that?
I don't know. I feel like it's overblown. No one cares. This guy, she's gonna do it again in the future, maybe.
She's gonna do it again.
Yeah.
And we're all gonna. Everyone's gonna eat it up.
But yeah, this didn't gain enough attraction, and I don't think
It's gained a lot of traction, dude. It's gained a lot. My cousin in Pennsylvania tweeted.
Why am I never in these circles?
So many people were talking about this.
I did not
On
hear about it.
Instagram, on Facebook.
If it doesn't hit Reddit front page, I can't hear about
You
it.
go on Instagram?
No.
Okay, well there
My
you
only
go.
social media is Reddit.
No, because that's why, because it wasn't like popular like for the world. It was popular like specifically
In our circles, yeah.
in our circles, like very popular. But one of the things I was saying before is we can't let people weaponize us.
Mm-hmm.
She has this really easy way of just getting traction and making noise, and the conclusion I'm making is just look into things a little more. Like maybe she's right, right, but just look into it. Just look into the other side. Anything else about that?
No, I'm good.
That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, so thank you for watching everybody's podcast.
Also, I wanted to make other jokes about her, but I was advised that would take away from our point. But she's quite the character.
Interesting.
Maybe I'll make these jokes.
Maybe you
off
should
the
get her on the podcast. Muslim girl, get over here.
Sometimes you ever watch like H3 podcasts?
Yeah,
Like sometimes he'll beef with people and then he'll get them on his podcast afterwards. I'm not trying to beef with her. I'm not even trying to get this to reach her. I just want this to reach people that we know.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, anyways.
So in other news, the NBA free agency. Nothing.
Oh, you talking about Anthony Davis?
No. Oh my god, Archie doesn't do any. Dude, for someone who thinks he's such a rugged individual, you really watch no sports.
I watch UFC.
That's it.
Okay, well, anyways, you don't need to watch sports to be a rugged individual. But also, I do watch UFC and I watch MMA. Anyways, what are you talking about?
No, there's so many things that we could talk about, but like you don't know.
What are you talking about?
So the free agency has been wild because basically.
Are we going to be able to have a discussion about
No,
this?
because you don't know any of this. We need to get more people on.
No,
here.
but wait, didn't you want to talk about Charlie D'Amelio?
Yeah, we could talk about that. So in terms of Entitled, my fear is I don't want to become like a drama alert, TMZ type of podcast where you just flame on people all day, you know? Because like...
No, we can make commentary about it.
That's fair. We could do commentary. There's... So basically the Charlie D'Amelio thing, what happened was... I mean, honestly, I don't even get why that girl is so famous. Like, literally, I remember like a year ago or something, I was like, what's TikTok? And like a year later, this girl has like 90 million followers.
Oh.
Like, bro, what?
She's crazy, dude. She's in like Dunkin' Donuts ads, man.
That's insane.
But what happened with her?
Basically, now since they're lucky, they have reached the point where they have so many followers, they could start a goddamn like sleep stream, and they'd get where they just sleep on stream, and they could get a million views, right?
You know, people have
do that.
sure this been done.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. But like, so basically, they started a new thing on their channel or something. It's like Dinner with D'Amelios or something like that, where they bring on a guest and they all eat dinner and talk, something like that, right? So now, reason that the family's under fire is they had like James Charles as a guest, and then like they were eating some fancy food, which are like snails or something, from a chef, and like they had very bad manners, from what I heard, or faux pas, whatever, however you say it. It's basically like she smelled it, didn't like the smell, gagged, and then tasted a bit, and then threw up.
Did she gag on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, kind of messed up.
And then threw up and everything, and is basically telling the chef, "Yo, can you have chicken nuggets instead?" or something like that.
Was this all on camera?
Yeah.
Oh, so they were like putting on a show.
Yeah. No, I don't know if they were putting on a show.
I mean, anytime they're on camera, they're putting on a show.
Yeah, but like, yeah, they didn't think bad enough of it to edit it out, so
They
they
just
put it
thought
out.
it was funny.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, what the hell? And honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Chicken nugget.
No, I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of rude. Like if you're telling a chef, dude.
It is super rude.
Yeah, but
It's super rude to go to. Dude, imagine like, dude, if we had like invited over like a fellow brown person
yeah,
that eats like brown food.
yeah,
My mom is someone who makes brown food, and they came over, and they're like, "Can I get chicken nuggets?" Just that alone, not the gag. Forget the gagging and the vomiting.
yeah,
My mom would be like, "What the hell?
yeah.
You come to my house, you ask for chicken nuggets? That's messed up."
Yeah.
But then they went to a Japanese place?
No. This is at their home, but they hired like a chef to come cook for them.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a Japanese chef.
No, where do you hear the word
Who's the
Japanese?
chef?
Some random chef.
Oh. Okay, well, it's still chicken nuggets is chicken nuggets.
Yeah, no.
Like, I don't think a chef. I think a chef is offended. Dude, imagine you go to like someone who's like practiced the culinary arts their whole life,
Yeah.
and they're like, "What would you like, sir? What would you like for dinner?" And you're like, "Can I get chicken nuggets?"
Like, dude, honestly,
That's so insulting.
but dude, I don't even know why these guys care. Like, they're so rich. They can do whatever they want. They have made it enough in their lives that they don't need to work.
And they're eating chicken nuggets.
Facts.
They
Like,
can eat chicken. They can eat golden crusted chicken nuggets.
literally, like, the thing is, later on it was revealed, I think, like, the chef is apparently a friend of theirs, so it didn't really matter. But still, like, I think it was kind of a dumb move. But also, why is this gaining attention? She apparently lost 1 million followers, but 1 million out of 100 million is like, bruh.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Assuming that her income is directly proportional to her views,
Which isn't.
she's making 1 cent less on the dollar.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like,
Dude, that's like scary. She basically has more followers than some countries.
yeah.
Damn.
Well, she has more followers than the population of some countries.
Yeah.
The way you said it made it sound.
Probably some countries too. How many followers does the freaking
Yeah.
Albanian government have?
I don't know. Let's check.
Not that many. Also,
Do you think there's an account called Albania?
probably. But that's insane.
Albania. No, there's Albania.
And then also Mr. Beast apparently passed 7.5 billion views or something.
7.5 billion?
So now everyone in the world has watched Mr. Beast at least once.
7.5 billion? No, but that's not true.
I don't know, but
Oh, okay.
proportion, yeah.
On average.
On average.
On average, everyone in the world has watched.
Mr. Beast.
No, the average.
Wait, look it up. I want to make sure I'm not correct. Just go to YouTube, Mr.
You
Beast.
gotta make sure you're not correct.
Incorrect. Make sure I'm not incorrect. Also, Mr. Beast, man, my God. There's so many different types of people, but
Dude, holy moly.
Despacito hit 7 billion views.
So on average, every person.
seen that one video.
I've seen that once.
No, just go to Mr. Beast's YouTube channel. You can see it in his about section. Go to his YouTube channel. Oh my God, you're killing me. His YouTube channel, yes. Go to his channel. Go to about or something. About, I'll do on the right,
About?
Yeah. Channel views, how many? Right there, on the right. 7.8 billion? Bro, on the right.
Oh. 7.9 billion views.
Yeah. So everyone in the world on average has watched Mr. Beast at least once, which is insane because this man is literally from North Carolina.
Damn.
Literally,
Carolina.
if you can get some shout out from him, you have made it in life.
Mr. Beast, at Mr. Beast.
Get
Oh,
us,
man, Mr. Beast.
come on the podcast, give us a
Yeah.
shout out. We'll become millionaires.
Yeah, so hold up. So this whole Charlie D'Amelio thing. So, what happened? She just lost $1 million.
Yeah, and I guess people are sad because she was on the episode. She was saying something in 7 days it's her 1 million anniversary, and if she was at 95 million followers, if she would get 5 million more, it'd go from 1 to 100 million in a year. And I'm like, bruh.
That's crazy, though. Wait, but what was there any other backlash for her thing? I want to see it.
Oh, the video is long, bro.
Charlie D'Amelio. Cancelled.
Also, she's 15 or 12 or something like that.
Charlie D'Amelio's fans react to news that the TikTok star is canceled.
Dude, she can't get canceled. She's too
She's
big.
uncancelable.
Too big to fail. This is the new. They
You have to say the N-word to get canceled.
I honestly don't even think that would be enough.
Come on, dude.
No.
Anyone's done if you say the N-word.
No.
That's an instant killer.
She has too many followers.
Dude, that's an instant killer. Come on, no matter who you are, that's an instant killer. Actually,
No, what is this?
PewDiePie.
This isn't even the video.
dude, I hate these freaking stupid.
This isn't the video. What are you looking at? Yeah, these are some random stats on TikTok about this.
Yo, what the hell, man?
Yeah, also her following is 10-year-old kids and creepy old men. There's nothing in between.
And Zaria.
I don't even have a TikTok. I'm telling you, my only social media is Reddit. And that's only to get legal.
Stand Charlie D'Amelio for being a positive influence. If Charlie D'Amelio did something unprofessional or childish, why would you be surprised when she's literally a 16-year-old teenager? Oh, that's
That's actually insane.
Is she 16?
Yep.
Oh. I did stupid things when I was 16. I do stupid things right now.
Exactly.
And I'm 21.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm going to keep doing stupid things.
Yeah, but okay, I have another thing. One of my favorite streamers.
That's not. Wait, hold on.
No, I'm gonna transition.
Okay. Wait, that's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not.
Like what she did.
I know.
Also, they were friends with the chef.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like the backlash is overblown because people are always like, "Oh,
Like she shouldn't get canceled for it. But people should be like, "Oh wow,
she's stuck up." But yeah, who cares? Honestly, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, but
I think it was just her trying to be funny. I don't think she's actually like.
So I'm gonna highlight the terrors of being with your life on view, right? So like as we both know, since we're like very popular, and a lot of people watch the podcast and bring up the podcast.
Hey, you'd be surprised. Some people that I'll meet people in public that like I know, but they'll be like, "Yo, really enjoying the podcast." I'm like, "Thanks, man. I haven't talked to you in a while. Thank you."
Can't say I've experienced. Actually, no, I haven't maybe once or twice, but yeah. What I was gonna say is one of my favorite streamers before he got canceled was Slightly Musical. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay, I don't think you follow the streaming world. I used to be so crazy into Twitch and stuff when I was like a couple years ago. Right? So basically, the guys, you know, Albert Chang, Lily Pichu.
Yeah.
You know the guy.
I know Lily Pichu.
Her boyfriend.
Lily Pichu, the one who talks like this.
Yeah, like every other e-girl on whatever. No.
Do you think she makes that up? Alright, anyways.
I think that's what it was. No, but you don't know who Albert is, but you know who Lily Pichu is? Dude, the guy with like the gray hair, super edgy, cameraman.
I know, Lily Pichu's been around for a long time.
Okay, basically, yeah, she had an ex-boyfriend named Albert Chang, right? His name, like, his channel was like Slightly Musical or something like that. I loved him because that man was so talented. Crazy good at music, crazy good at magic, crazy good at filming, right? Like his editing and like filming abilities are out of this world. What happened basically, long story short, he was cheating on Lily Pichu, right? So like, and like it was really awkward because like the girl was apparently friends with her or some crap. There's a lot of drama there we won't dissect. This is like a year old or something, right? But the thing is, like, a lot of people cheat.
Yeah, okay. Cheating is pretty bad.
It's terrible, yes.
It's like really bad.
Yeah, I know it's terrible, but a lot of people cheat.
Okay, but it is really bad.
I understand that.
Yes.
So, but the thing is, a lot of people cheat, but sure, they lose their significant other, whatever. But this man basically got canceled from everything. He quit Twitch, so he was a streamer, right? So he couldn't stream anymore. He couldn't do any social media anymore. Basically, couldn't do anything, right? So, which is a shame. Like, I used to watch him a lot, and then, like, yeah, that kind of sucks.
Okay, I get what you're saying is that it's a pretty terrible thing to do in your personal life.
I understand, yeah. But when you're...
But that's... That's what you're saying is, if I understand you correctly, is it's pretty terrible for your personal life, but for your, like, professional career, it shouldn't really affect that, is what you're saying.
Or in most cases, it won't, but because you're a public figure,
yeah,
you take that hit, right?
Right.
So the reason I'm bringing this up is like not a couple of days ago, like a month or two ago, October something, he released a video that like it's not like a coming back video, it's more like a life update video, and that's what I'm not gonna lie. Out of all the videos I've watched in my life, I watched a lot of videos. I think that is one of the best edited videos I've ever seen. Like it is just so flawless. I can't even describe. So it's basically like a narration of him over some like imagery of stuff that relate to what he's talking about. He's basically saying like, oh yeah, I quit everything and like I was forced to do this. I didn't want to show my face to anyone. I had to figure out why I was doing this, right? And it's about his journey to realize that, yeah, if your job is, people say that if you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. That's a lie. Yeah. Because then the stuff you love just becomes your job and then you hate it more and more, right? Exactly. Something like that. See, this is saying that he's going to come back and only do things for himself, which is, yeah, it's really good, right? And honestly, I still think he's super talented, but like that, and the video basically ends with him saying like, hopefully in the future when people search my name, won't see that scandal, they'll see something else, right? But I just wanted to, like, the only reason I bring this up tied within this thing is these public people, like, sometimes I just feel bad because like they can do like the smallest things and they'll get screwed over just because they're under the scrutiny of the public eye.
Yeah, I think it sucks. Okay, what happened to him?
Like he already got.
It's a personal. It's between him and Lily Pichu. Like what he did wrong. I think the reason why it probably was so bad, especially, is because Lily Pichu is like beloved to people, like really beloved to people. Yeah. And like she's like it's It's like he punched a baby. It's like he punched everyone's collective baby.
Like, it was really weird because the person that was cheating on was on his stream, and they were acquaintances, and they knew each other, and Lily also knew her, and like it was really weird. But hey,
that's probably the worst type of cheating. That's
the
worst type of cheating.
Yeah. But yeah, I really wish everyone go watch that video because it's a really good edited video and it's very cathartic. Just not even if you don't support him, like watching it and self-reflecting on yourself.
Okay, so question: Do you think that someone who did something? Do you think that's someone who did something bad to someone else in their personal life should get canceled publicly?
So there's two takes on these. Like one take is like the internet just needs to be better and canceling is stupid, which I lean a bit more to. And then the other take is you can never control the internet. Suck it up or don't be on the internet. Right?
Right.
I think like there are very few cases where I'm like nobody deserves a second chance. And even in those cases, like if you give me enough time, I'll probably change my mind. But
yeah.
It's like hey, you shouldn't ever like canceling someone is so stupid. Like, what do they do? Just like go jump off a bridge? Is that what everyone wants? Like, just because they've made one mistake or a continuation of several mistakes doesn't mean like, oh yeah, you can't do anything anymore. You're done.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't end up changing much at all. If anything, I heard Bill Burr talk about this once. Like when people get really upset and angry with people who are like, even people who are like blatantly wrong, like racist people.
Yeah.
If you get really upset and angry with them, and you start like shouting at them, they just retreat into their bubble a little more, and they just have resentment. And that's what cancel culture does. Is instead of fixing things, it just causes resentment, I think.
Yeah.
But along the lines of what we were just talking about. If you were interviewing someone, let's say you are the person interviewing this person who has an interview, who's interviewing. I said interviewing like 5 times in that sentence.
Yeah.
That person, let's say you find out one way or another that person like cheated on his wife. Does that get in the way of whether or not you're going to hire the person?
I feel like no, yeah.
I don't think it should.
I don't think it should. But I don't know if I would be able to do that. Like the right answer is it shouldn't. But me personally, I don't know if I'm objective enough.
Right.
To not let that happen.
But actually, I think I could be to an extent because it's just like that's not my business. Like it's not like he's a felon. Actually, technically,
is it?
I've heard it's a breach of contract. I heard this recently.
What, cheating is a breach of contract?
Because marriage
is a contract,
and I guess it's within that contract. I don't know if it's explicitly stated within a marriage contract, like, oh, you can't cheat on me. Maybe that's just one of those things that are implied. But it's if it's a breach of contract, and
so you can get sued.
But let's pretend it's not like a federal crime to cheat on your spouse. I think that's just like a personal problem. Now, I do think it's really like it is one of the most scummy things that person can do to cheat on someone. This is coming from 2 avid Mad Men lovers.
No, God.
Which is
dude, that's like the magic of the show. Like Don is such a crappy person, but like still we're just like that guy's so cool.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that's a great way to put it. That's like the show.
Yeah.
He's a crappy person, but he's just so cool about it.
Oh,
but yeah, that's just like a personal problem, dude. That's like something that's like I might pass judgment in my head and my own feelings.
Yeah.
But I can't pass judgment on a professional level about that person. Like I can't be like this person will do the job worse.
Yeah.
Because I guess you could make some stretch, which is that like I don't believe this is a person of integrity, and therefore I don't want to hire them. But I think that's also a stretch a little bit.
Dude, what if that's my next interview question?
Have you ever cheated on anyone?
No. What if your coworker cheats and someone, do you go tell?
I cheated on... No, I'm not going to make that joke. Yeah. Dirty joke. But what were you saying? No, say it. What were you saying?
I'll just say, if my next interview, someone's going to ask if your coworker was cheating on their spouse, what do you tell your coworker? And I'm going to be like, what? How is this related to software engineering?
Would you tell your coworker's spouse?
Yeah.
What would you?
I don't know. If I knew them, then I'd say. If I didn't know them, like, oh, whatever.
Okay, if I have a question. If your friend was... Okay, now I think cheating on your spouse, especially if you're a Muslim, is like a human...
Yeah, you're screwed over.
Cheating is bad, but if you're a Muslim and you're cheating on your spouse, it's like...
Alright, it's time to pack it up.
Really, really bad.
You gotta move out of the country.
Like, it's like really, really bad. And I think like this, like... Right?
Change your ID.
And so in cases like that, I think like obviously like most people would be like, yeah, like something has to be said. Just I don't know. Actually, I don't even know. At what point do you be like if your friend is cheating on their spouse, and let's say you're not particularly friends with your friend's spouse, do you speak up?
I don't know, man. That's like a nightmare situation I don't even ever want to think about.
Yeah. It's pretty tough to answer. Let's say you are friends with your friend's spouse.
That's even worse.
Does it make it... I thought that might make it easier
No.
to answer the question.
No, it'd be
Actually...
It'd be easy if you don't know, because I don't know you, so...
Because obviously if you find out, let's say you're friends with someone and their spouse cheats on them, but you're not friends with their spouse.
Yeah.
Then it's easy.
Oh, yeah.
You tell your friend.
Yeah.
But what if it's the other way around?
I don't know, man. Let's not talk about that. It's gonna...
Why not?
It's a weird situation you want to think about. Like, there's some things like... You just flip a coin and then just choose whatever happens.
Well, I guess also within our tradition, our practice for non-Muslim viewers, there's something that we have called Salatul Istikhara. And Istikhara is the prayer of seeking guidance.
Yeah.
And there's obviously, on a regular basis, we seek guidance from God, but this is a more specific, like honed in approach to a question. Should I do this or should I not do this? And we make this prayer to have a more clear answer or to have a clear answer of what we should do and what we shouldn't do. Or that whatever answer we decide on is the rightly guided one. But anyways, I just thought I'd throw that in there. Because you said
that's what I meant by flipping a coin.
And that's essentially, so that's essentially what you would do, right?
Yeah.
It's such a tough spot. If your friend commits a crime, how bad does the crime have to be for you to rat on your friend?
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, I don't even feel like I'm the type to never rat them out. Like, if they came to me with the body, I'd just they take $1 off the floor and you call the cops on them. Is you that type of guy? No, man. That like
they speed.
If they don't speed, I'm calling the cops. I'm like, yo, they're too slow here. What's happening?
Yeah, I got pulled over last night. Did I tell you?
No. Yeah. Those.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the stupidest reason you pull over. I've only gotten pulled over, I want to say once or twice, but the last time I got pulled over is we were driving on the way to my friend's house, and like my dad told me that basically if you're speeding, you should always follow a person, and I was following the dude, but I lost track of him because I was eating taco.
You're like, where'd you go?
Yeah.
And then you just chased after him.
And I was zooming because I was trying to catch up to him, but like apparently there's a cop behind me and I got pulled over. So this is hilarious, right? So my friends are like, dude, don't worry, I got a PBA card. There's like the cards you can show the cops.
Yeah.
This man pulls out like 4 of them out of his wallet. It's like, use this one. Wait, no, that's silver. This is gold. This is bronze. This is platinum. Use this one. And he's just shuffling through them. And I'm like, how do you have...
Who is this guy?
No, we're not going to say any names, but like...
No, you don't have to say his name, but like...
Yeah.
How the hell does he have a platinum
Exactly, right? So I'm just
PBA
like,
card?
how does he have so many? And he's like, just use this. I'm like, all right, fine. So I keep all my stuff organized. So like I have all my papers in a Ziploc bag. So cop comes and I'm like, oh, here.
You know what you should have done?
What?
You should have been like, yo, you have a platinum PBA card. Just give me your gold because anything below the platinum is no longer useful to you. So just give me the next best thing.
No, he let me use it.
No, but you should have just been like, give me that.
I don't know, man.
Oh, I guess it has your name on it.
I don't even know. Dude, this is the best part. He's just like,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
So he only would ever have to use the platinum.
So no, but basically the reason he was saying that is like, here, I gave the cop the card and all my stuff, and he was like, "Is this yours?" I'm like, I'm literally thinking in those it's like, it felt like 30 seconds, it was like 3 seconds. I'm like, do I say it's mine or do I say it's his? Because I don't even know how a PBA card works. Does it have my name on it? Am I supposed to know the ID? I'm like, oh yeah, it's his. Right? I just say it's my friend's. And then my friend says some stuff like his godfather is like the captain of like the Newark police something. And I was just like, what? They pulled something straight out of thin air. And the guy's like, oh, okay, that's cool, but I don't need it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then he comes back and he's like, oh, yeah, you're going a little fast. I'm like, oh, my bad. Nighttime, we're trying to go back to our house real quick. He's like, yeah, it's fine. I'll let you guys go. Because I have nothing on my license. I don't get pulled over that much. So my friend's like, that was a really calm way to handle your first time getting pulled over. But I'm like, dude, I had no idea what I was doing. Does it, like,
Yeah, so, what were you saying?
No, I was literally like, what does the PBA card do? Does it like, am I supposed to say...
Oh, dude, that's just it's a get out of jail free card.
I've never understood that. Never understood.
It's just, in short, it's just corruption.
Yeah, I was like, what? How does this work? I just show it to him and I'm done?
It's just literally, that's what it is. It's just straight up corruption. But, hey, I mean, if I had a PBA, I'm going to sit here and be like, yo, it's corruption. But if I have a PBA card, I'm using the PBA card. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, it's corruption and...
Not using it.
If I have it, I'm using it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm taking part in this system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, do they expire? Do they take it and never give it back?
Just from what I understand, it's like depending on. I might be wrong about this, but it's like unlimited usage. There might be different versions which are like just 1 or 2 or limited usages. But yeah, I was gonna say so when I got pulled over, that cop was pretty nice to you, right?
He was alright, yeah.
Was he nice to you before the PBA card? Or
yeah.
after?
He didn't even accept it. He was just like, yeah, sure, I don't need this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But maybe he didn't like accept it and like take it. But maybe he was like, oh, they have a PBA.
No, we were super sketchy now I think about it. Because we had a brown paper bag that had Taco Bell in it. One of my friends was knocked out in the back of the back seat with sunglasses on.
Oh, so it looked like you guys had the munchie. Actually, I guess you might have just been getting food though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other guy was like on the right driver, like the passenger seat, just like chilling. Then I was driving with a taco in my hand. So he probably peered through the window. I was like, what the hell is happening? It's like one guy's knocked over and knocked out in the back. The other guy's eating tacos and like, what the hell? Like 2 a.m. in the morning.
You're like, sir, can you pull out your license, registration, insurance? And you're like, oh, I don't have any of those things, but you can have this taco if you want.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, but when I got pulled over yesterday, the guy came up to the window, and he was like, the officer. Okay, so here's what happened. My license plate lights.
I don't even know if you had those. But yeah.
Yeah, they exist. They're like really small lights. You can replace them yourself like super easily.
Yeah.
And they cost like $10.
Okay.
So essentially, they're like it's like a stupid problem.
Yeah.
But I was driving back home at like 2 a.m. and I'm with my 2 friends in the car. I think I told you this. Did I tell you this?
Yeah.
So basically, we're on a road, and I saw the cop cars earlier, like somewhere, and that made me kind of, in my head, have this idea of a cop car being somewhere in our vicinity, right?
Yeah.
Possibly, potentially being somewhere in our vicinity. But I didn't see them following us, so I was like, oh, okay, whatever. The cop car is like behind us. He's following us for a little while. But you can't see that it's a cop car because I guess maybe he was high beaming or something, but it was just dark. You couldn't see that it was a cop car. You could just see the lights. So I was like, "Yo, is that a cop car?" And my friends were like, "No, it's not." And then they're like, "Wait," and they looked and they're like, "No, it's not." And I'm like, I don't know
about that. Yeah.
Like, I believe them, but I was like, there's still a chance.
It's never a cop or a passenger because no one cares. They just don't get to the destination.
Yeah.
They're just like, dude, hurry up.
Honestly, sometimes when I'm a passenger, I'm like, oh, this could be a little exciting. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
Oh, this could be a little...
Yeah.
But,
So you're going...
So I'm going, and there's a stop sign. And usually at this stop sign, I'll stop, but I won't, like, stop. Wait. 1, 2... 3, turn. I won't do none of that, right? But I did that this time because I was like, there's a chance. And then I'm going.
It's laptop.
And then I realized that it is indeed a cop. I just like saw something, and I was like, good thing I freaking stopped at that thing. And he's following me for a while.
They always follow you. I don't know why.
And he's following me. So I'm going like 25 in the residential. I'm going under 25. I'm like 23, 24 or something. And he's tailing me, and I can tell. Now, I don't know if they just... I don't know what the point of them doing that is, especially if the person finds out that they're a cop. Like, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Like, who is actually gonna see a cop
and speed?
And speed. Like, if you're gonna catch someone speeding, it's not while you're tailing them as a cop. It's gonna be like while they pass you or something. No one's gonna know that they're. Well, maybe some people, I guess, don't know that they're gonna tell by a cop. But I think it's a little scummy that sometimes cops follow you.
Yeah.
For, I guess that's their job. Whatever. Anyways, this guy, I'm like, oh, he's just following me to see if anything's going wrong. Nothing's happening. I'm fine. And then he turns on his lights, and I'm like, oh crap.
God damn it.
And then I pull over, and he comes, and he's like, yeah, can I have your license, registration, insurance, whatever. I was like, yeah. And he's like asking us a bunch of questions. And he's like, you know, where are you going? Where are you coming from? We're dressed in desi clothes and stuff like that. Like, we just came from an event. And he asked for my friend's ID, who's in the passenger seat.
What the?
Which is weird.
Yeah.
And
oh wait, okay, continue.
My friend gave the ID. Now here's the thing. I know some people, and some people are probably like, oh, he didn't have to give the ID. Why would he give the ID? He made the right choice giving the ID because this police officer took his ID, went back to the car, checked stuff, came back.
Yeah.
And was just like, yeah, your license plate lights are broken. Just get them fixed. That's what he said. He was like, yeah, just get them fixed. I was like, thank you, officer. That was nice of him. He didn't do anything about it. He was just get it fixed. Now, if my friend decided that he was going to uphold the law.
Yeah. No, but
he could have made
it. Hold on. You're driving?
Yeah.
Don't you have a new license?
Yes.
You're not allowed to drive young people past...
When you're 21, it's different.
You're 21?
No way. Like, I basically have a basic. But anyways, if he decided that he was going to not give the card...
No, you guys have been screwed.
The ID...
Yeah.
Technically we're in the right, but that could have caused some problems. Here's all you need to do with the freaking cop. Everyone always, I see stuff online that's like advice for when you're dealing with the cop. Don't respond to anything that they say. Don't do whatever. If they ask for your this and that, you don't have to give it to them. Here's an important part about human beings is establishing rapport. You know, you ever heard?
I don't know what rapport means, but you've used it so many times.
Rapport, yeah, I've said this a lot. This is a common theme. Rapport is just like kind of like a sense of empathy between two people, a sense of like connection, a sense of similarity between two people. All you got to do in most situations when you're trying to like get on someone's good side or whatever is you just got to establish rapport with them. Now, if somebody asks you a question, if you ask somebody a question and they're just not answering you because they're legally they have the right to do that. And if you're able to cause a problem for them, you're going to cause a problem for them. Now, technically, you didn't have to give the ID, but that was the smart move. The people that I find that the people who are always like, yo, you don't have to do nothing like that, are always the people who are like compensating for something. I don't know if you've ever heard this. I saw this tweet one time that was like, yo, millennials are the type of people who like on their stories, they'll post how they'll like beat up Trump supporters, but they'll be afraid to ask for more sauce at the Denny's. And those are the type of people that tell you when a police officer asks you for your ID, don't give it to them. It's like these people who are like kind of like insecure about their own power and strength, and they're like overcompensating. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, any other things we wanted to talk about?
I think we're good.
I think we're good. I think this was a good short little episode.
Nice, succinct podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're trying this out this week. So much
For them, it's
shorter.
like 4 weeks. But yeah,
What?
for them, it's like 4 weeks since our last
Yeah.
one podcast. No, but next time people should send us in like suggestions on what to talk about.
Yeah. If
So-
you have any suggestions on what to talk about, we'll write it in the comments. I think this was a really chill, like,
Lo-fi
easy
episode.
going.
Yeah.
But it was nice. Like, I actually really
Enjoyed
liked the
this.
vibes.
I think this was our best guest so far.
Yeah, I think so. Also, you finally got. Oh, you had a haircut for the last episode too. Actually.
Yeah.
Remember when you teased everyone? You're like, I'm getting a haircut. Why'd you do that?
When did I do that?
You teased everyone about getting a haircut.
Oh, long hair farewell tour?
Yeah.
That just made sense. I just need a caption, bro. And I was like, oh, this makes sense.
Guess so. Well, anyways, should we wrap up?
Yeah, we have to make an announcement after this. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to Redbuddies podcast. Make sure to follow us on everything on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, and leave comments below. And yeah, that should be it. Let me
Okay.
strum us out.
Wait. Okay, yeah, strum us out.
No, what are you going to say?
Go, strum us out.
Let's hope this guitar still works.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for watching.